The 3 victims were part of a CXS crew.
Fuck her right in the pussy!
The ACL...
Right in the pussy!
Trying to rush out of
Fuck her right in the pussy!
Fuck you in the pussy!
The weather is so severe that it's a risk to safety.
My name's Heather Gillis, and I'm a video journalist and anchor at NTV News, and I have been working here since December 2011. Our workplace is anywhere there is news in this province, I go there. I was doing an interview in St. John's. We were talking about an issue there that had come up at St. John's City Council. Someone drove by and yelled F her in the P at me, and then it kind of derailed the rest of our conversation. It was absolutely humiliating, and to have that said to me was really awkward and embarrassing, to say the least. So I went over and I got a picture of the truck, I tweeted it out, and things just exploded from there. The police contacted me on Twitter saying that they could investigate, so then I called the police and I reported it. He dismissed the case, saying that merely a conversation was interrupted, and it was, but that conversation was a part of my work. What we do is try to inform the public about what's happening in their backyard, and being impeded by the public by having, these types of sexist slurs yelled at us kind of impacts that work in a negative way. The public doesn't hear about mandated to keep children safe. I think at the core of this is disrespect for other people. If you're shooting, if you can, try to get that shot of a person, because it could be essentially your evidence. And that's why I think the police had success in locating the person who had yelled this at me. Don't engage with these people because you don't know who they are or what they're capable of.
My name is Angeline Francis, and right now I'm a video producer at Maclean's magazine.
This is far from the first time the small number of Indigenous...
The digital world opens up a whole other forum in which women face harassment, face disparaging comments that can be violent and that can be harassing and that can be utterly consuming. It's a 24-hour cycle of commentary for our pieces in the way that it wasn't in the past. You're constantly going to be hearing from people who have some really harassing things to say, some violent things to say. They will seek out your family. They will seek out your social media feeds, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. We have to deal with a whole new kind of access that gives people a room to be violent, harassing, to compromise our safety as women and as journalists, and we face this disproportionately compared to our male peers. People will comment on your weight, on your race. They will call you a terrorist. The problem with dealing with sexual harassment in the workplace is it may not always happen to you, but you will see it. And it matters just as much what you do when you observe it as when it is being done to you. If somebody is making inappropriate comments, interject. It's not disrespectful because they're the ones being disrespectful. We all need to just make sure that we remain emotionally intelligent and observe what's going on around us. And as journalists, we are definitely perceptive people. So it's observing it and then also having the courage to say something.
There's a real reluctance to come forward because of that precarious nature. There's been physical violence, threats of harassment, abuse of a different nature. Predominantly, majority of the complaints tend to be, the complainants tend to be female, the perpetrators tend to be male. We have Hollywood hitters that come in, executives who find themselves here, high-profile actors, and our members are working side by side with them and are exposed to the same nature of issues that you would be hearing about coming out of LA right now in the Me Too movement. And so it's about creating mechanisms that encourage people to come forward, intaking them in a way that is respectful of the incident and in a way that doesn't cause them to sort of repeat it or relive it, and then obviously having tools to proactively address it while respecting, obviously, career trajectories, career paths through the whole thing. Any member, if they've experienced harassment on set or witnessed harassment in the workplace, can call Unifor and proactively have that issue dealt with. No one should ever be silent about harassment in the workplace.